Small and efficient algae eaters, the peaceful Otocinclus catfish is a great addition to a freshwater tank, and if you're a shrimp keeper, one of the best tank mates your shrimp can have. Why, you may ask? Let's find out. The Otocinclus catfish is a nano freshwater fish of the catfish family. They are often referred to as Otos, Autocats, or Dwarf Sucker Fish. They are native to South America and usually inhabit well-oxygenated, moderate to slow-flowing streams and rivers. These fish are mostly active during the day and can be found swimming in big shoals in the shallows or near the surface. They use their mouth as a sucker and cling to various surfaces, feeding on algae and other plant matter. Otos are peaceful, skittish fish and are herbivores. They are popular amongst aquarists because of their algae-eating behavior. Otos grow up to 2 inches in length, but females are usually a little larger and broader than males when viewed from above. They appear in various colors and usually have a horizontal stripe running down their body. They are also egg layers. Otos have an average lifespan of 3 to 5 years as long as they're cared for properly. They're relatively easy to take care of, even for beginners. Otos are pretty popular and can be found in most pet stores. Although there are about 22 known species, the one you'll find in pet stores is the common Otocinclus catfish. It has near-transparent fins and a white lower body split from the speckled brown upper body by a horizontal brown stripe. When you're looking to purchase any Otos, look for ones that have nice, plump bellies. If they have sunken bellies, try to avoid purchasing them. The reason for this is when they're shipped to pet stores, they're usually starved of food, and getting any Otos that's too starved to eat again is very hard, and there's a high possibility they could die. You also want to look for Otos that have a good color. Look for ones that may be olive brown or black and white. Try and avoid ones that may look grayish-white or have bloody marks on them. Once you've purchased your Otos, you'll want to quarantine them for a few weeks to ensure they don't spread any diseases or parasites to your other fish. If you trust your local fish store, you can skip this process. Before introducing them to your quarantine tank, or whatever tank you're planning to place them in, it's important that you drip acclimate them for at least an hour or two, as they are sensitive to extreme changes in water parameters. Check out the following card in the top right on how to drip acclimate. It's common for Otos to die shortly after being purchased due to the fact they are initially starved during the shipping process from the supplier to the pet store, and then sometimes not fed properly after arrival. After purchasing your Otos and placing them in your tank, ensure you provide them with adequate food that meets their needs, and if they're still alive after a few weeks, it's a good sign. Otos can be kept in a 10-gallon tank, but 20 gallons or more is preferred, as they need to be kept in groups of 6 or more and are relatively active fish. Having a larger tank also ensures that you have enough algae to support their numbers. The current tank that houses my 7 Otos is a 20-gallon long tank. For the substrate, you'll want to go with a soft, fine-grained substrate, or a substrate that's not coarse, to prevent injury to the fish's body. Otos are bottom dwellers and can usually be seen lying on the substrate. You'll also see them from time to time lying on the hardscape, plants, or stuck to your tank's glass. This is why you'll want a hardscape like rocks and wood, as well as plants, as they will provide surfaces for the fish to lie on, algae to grow on, as well as provide shelter and hiding spots. Algae will also grow on the surface of your glass, so when cleaning your tank, leave the sides and back alone, as it'll provide a food source, but you can clean the front for a better viewing experience. Otos prefer slow-flowing, well-oxygenated water. Sometimes you'll see them swim up to the surface for air, but use that as a warning that your water may be low in oxygen. They do well in water that has a pH level of 6.8 to 7.5, and that is kept between 72 to 79 degrees Fahrenheit, which equates to 22 to 26 degrees Celsius. A good filter is required because they are sensitive to poor water quality and also don't tolerate fluctuating water parameters. Personally, I store dechlorinated water in a separate container which is initially filled from the tap. It is also heated to the temperature I keep all of my tanks. After filling the container, I let it sit for 24 to 48 hours so that the water parameters match what I have in my tanks, and when it comes time for a water change, I fill my tanks from that container. This ensures there's no fluctuations in water parameters. Otos are herbivores and eat a diet that largely consists of algae, bacteria, and plant matter. Otos love to constantly graze on soft algae, but don't confuse it with green spot algae. Green spot algae is extremely tough to remove, and Otos won't eat it. They have also been known to eat brown algae, which can often appear in new tanks which haven't matured. Most aquariums with a stable ecosystem will not produce enough algae to sustain 6 or more Otos, so it's best to supplement their diet. I feed my Otos hikari algae wafers, blanched vegetables like zucchini or cucumbers, blanched duckweed, as well as glass carton shrimp lollies, which come in various flavors like algae, moringa, and walnut. All 3 of these flavors are plant-based. Keep in mind that after 24 hours, it's best to remove any uneaten food so that your water does not get polluted. Otos reach sexual maturity at 6 to 9 months old. They require perfectly clean water and the temperature to be raised above 79 degrees Fahrenheit in order to breed. When the fish are ready to breed, the males will chase the females around the tank before fertilizing the females' eggs. The females will lay their eggs on plants and on the wood, and they will hatch several days later. Otto catfish fry will then feed on bacteria and algae in the tank. Breeding Otos in captivity is difficult and is only recommended for professional breeders, but if you wish to give it a try, there's nothing stopping you from taking on the challenge. Otos are small, peaceful fish that should be kept with other community fish. Keeping them with large, aggressive fish like Oscars and cichlids will make them easy targets for food. Some ideal tank mates include snails, guppies, tetras, rasboras, corridoras, danios, mollies, coolie or rosy loaches, honey, or dwarf gouramis. In my opinion, Otos are the perfect tank mates for shrimp. Both are peaceful creatures, and Otos will not prey on baby shrimp since they are herbivores. In this 20-gallon long of mine, other than neon tetras, harlequin rasboras, rosy loaches, and snails, my Otos are also housed with red cherry shrimp, amana shrimp, and bamboo shrimp. So, should you get Otocinclus Catfish if you're a shrimp keeper? Well, if you can provide them with a 10 to 20-gallon tank or more that has clean, oxygenated, slow-flowing water, with a pH of 6.8 to 7.5, a temperature between 72 to 79 degrees Fahrenheit, and no large aggressive fish, then the answer is yes. Otos are sociable, active fish that'll keep your tank clean and provide hours of entertainment. If you decide to get some Otos for your shrimp tank, let me know in the comments below. For more shrimp keeping tips and advice, please consider subscribing. Stay tuned for more of my upcoming content, but in the meantime, check out the following video on 20 tank mates that are safe for your shrimp. I'm Andy, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.